After years of anticipation and months of uncertainty, the clock has finally ticked down. East Africa, Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania have been racing against time, albeit sluggishly at times, to prepare for the African Nations Championship, CHAN 2024. The delays even led some football purists to question whether the region was truly ready to host the tournament. But here we are. The stage is set, the stadiums are spruced up, the pitches are ready to showcase some of Africa's finest emerging football talents. From Nairobi to Kampala to Dar es Salaam, we bring you comprehensive coverage and sharp analysis of CHAN 2024 right here on Sporty Monday. The home team, Harambee Stars, is confident of putting its best foot forward. But just how crucial will the home crowd be in this campaign? I'll tell you all that in my short. Meanwhile, across Europe, it's transfer season in full swing. From Arsenal to Chelsea, Manchester City to the reigning champions Liverpool. And to help us make sense of it all, we've got none other than Alan Myers, a veteran and decorated UK sport broadcast journalist. I'll be speaking with him in our quickfire segment. Trust me, you don't want to miss that. And of course, I'm joined by my brilliant panelists, Kevin Otenga, Eric Njiro, and lawyer Japheth Munyendo, all ready to break it down with insights and flair. Welcome to Sporty Monday. I'm your host, Isaac Swila Tijan. And to our question of the day. Today, I'm asking you, or rather we're asking you, do you think the home advantage will help Harambee Stars go all the way in CHAN 2024? What are your thoughts? We want to hear from you. 22422 is the SMS line. Of course, you can send your thoughts there. We are also on Facebook. On X, you can X me at Isaac Swila, at Citizen TV Kenya, at Kevin Otenga, and of course, we will sample some of them. Hashtag Sporty Monday. Keep the conversation going. And now, with just 5 days to go before the 2024 Africa Cup of Nations, rather African Nation Championship CHAN kicks off, host nation Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania are bracing for a historic football moment. For Kenya, the excitement is palpable under the guidance of head coach Benny McCarthy. Expectations are high as Harambee Stars gear for their debut appearance in the tournament. Steve Shitera has the details.
Harambee Stars head coach Benny McCarthy has named his final 25-man squad that will represent Kenya in CHAN from August 3rd at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani. The squad features a balanced mix of experience and youthful talent. Bandari's shot stopper Farouk Shikalo is expected to take charge between the posts. The defensive line has a strong FKF Premier League presence with Gor Mahia duo Silvesto Owino and Alfonso Mija, Kenya Police Daniel Sakari and Abud Omar, and former Bandari left-back Siraj Mohamed anchoring the back line. Tuskers Michael Kibwage, KCB pair Manzoor Suleiman and Kevin Okumu, along with FC Leopards Lewis Bandi, complete a formidable defensive unit. In the midfield, Gor Mahia's trio of Ben Stanley, Alpha Onyango and Austin Odhiambo lead the selections alongside Kenya Police Brian Musa and Marvin Nabwire. The attacking front is equally lethal with Tuskers Ryan Ogam, Police sensation Mohamed Bajaber and Bandari's David Sakwa expected to provide the firepower up front. During a training session at the Nyayo National Stadium, McCarthy exuded confidence, expressing his belief in the squad's ability to perform on home soil.
The group that we're in, it's a group of death. When you train to win, because what you do in training, you do in the match as well. So I think what I just try and make players understand that every single training session should be taken as serious as a match. And when you go on a match day, you go on that pitch because you want to win. You're going to give everything. So I'm expecting that my training sessions is also exactly the same intensity, the same mindset, the same mentality. So yeah, if you lose, then there's capital punishment, and believe you me, you do it one time, then you don't want to do it again.
Kenya has been placed in Group A alongside Democratic Republic of Congo, Burkina Faso, Angola, Zambia and Morocco. Harambee Stars will open their campaign against DR Congo on August 3rd at Kasarani.
Yes. Up. Yes.
A positive result in their opener will be crucial in boosting their hopes of progressing past the group stages, a feat Harambee Stars has never achieved in a continental tournament.
As a player, my plan is to help the national team win the cup because it's on our home soil and it's every Kenyan's dream to win it at first time.
Meanwhile, preparations are in top gear, with CAF officials and tournament sponsors already branding the match venues at Kasarani and Nyayo Stadium.
We are ready. Of course, there's something to be fixed, like the chair to put there, to move from one place to another, but we are ready to kick off on 2nd of August.
Sports Cabinet Secretary Salim Mvurya has assured Kenyans that the tournament will be a landmark event.
It's just to reconfirm to Kenyans that we are ready to host CHAN. Everything else that is required of us, we have done, and CAF has confirmed.
The Confederation of African Football, CAF, introduced CHAN exclusively for players featuring their domestic leagues, providing them with invaluable international experience.
Beautiful.
For now, it's lights and action. Let the games begin. Steve Shitera for Sporty Monday, Nairobi.
And that story by Steve Shitera anchors our discussion. And of course, it's CHAN 2024. We can't wait to get it going. And of course, these gentlemen are all but ready. Steve Shitera is on the road as always. Ziti Jimo is on the road, but we are good to go. I'll start with you. Eric Njiru, good to have you on the program. Karibu sana, how are you?
Thank you. I'm feeling well, Manze. I'm looking good, of course. It's a new week, and we're ready for the tournament.
Life must be treating you so well.
I've just come back from the Club World Cup, so obviously things are looking quite good.
Quite good. And of course, we'll be looking forward to that perspective. But we can begin with you.
Yes.
You've seen the package by Shitera. Basically, it's all systems go. There were a lot of doubts whether Kenya would host this or East Africa, but here we are. Let the ball begin. The games begin. Probably, what's your expectations so far?
Well, I mean, first of all, it seems like the job that we did to pressure these guys has worked, because from last year we've been telling people we need to do the job. We need to construct the stadiums, the hotels, the training grounds. Remember, the KPL games have been kicking off at 1 p.m. because we lacked stadiums. God has been paid in Dandora like for the longest, and Machakos. But now I think the stadiums are ready. We went to Nyayo last week. It's ready. Kasarani, it's ready. I mean, the training ground, South Police Circle Stadium in South Sea should be ready. I saw them playing a friendly there on Saturday, and also the other places to still like the hotels. So I think we've done well in the last couple of months. The tournament was postponed from December until now. So I think for now we've done quite well, and I can say we're ready because it's CHAN. It's a local players tournament. We don't have to be so big like AFCON. So I think for now I can say they've done the good job.
You're injecting that flair of having covered the Club World Cup, a big competition in the other part of the world, probably from the organization you saw there in the US, and maybe Kenya doing this for the very first time. Maybe something you think we need to borrow or do better?
I mean, I think we still have a long way to go as far as comparison is concerned between Kenya and the US. The US have been hosting tournaments for the longest. They hosted the World Cup in 1994, so that can tell you they've been quite ready. They have bigger stadiums than us. I think for us Kenyans, we can obviously learn to do professionalism as far as running these tournaments is concerned. I do believe that they should be able to run it because CAF guys are here. They have been here. So Verona has been coming here almost every 2-3 weeks. So I think in terms of borrowing stuff from these big tournaments, I think just the professionalism to do it, because the stadiums are there, the buses are there, the training grounds are there, and I believe we should be able to produce something good for the continent.
I'll come to you, and Benny has basically released his final squad for this tourney, some 25 men who are going to do duty for the country. What do you make of that squad, beginning with the goalkeeping all the way to attack?
Very well. Restricting myself to the squad, I want to believe that
maybe this is the best that Benny could get from our local scene. Because you look at the players who are there, most of them have been regulars also in the squads of the former coaches. Talk about Engin Firat. At least for the few players he used, the local ones, you know, he was preferring the internationals, even, I mean, the players who are playing abroad most of the time. When you look at Sebastian Migne, some of the players he handled that time are still there. So asking about the goalkeeping, we have Wekesa, we have Brian Odhiambo, and we have Farouk Shikalo. Farouk Shikalo is one of the 3 players who featured in the 2019 AFCON at that time with Sebastian Migne, showing the question of experience is taken care of.
Till the most experienced one in the squad, but has it now?
Definitely. But looking also at the presence of Bain, then you ask, there's a question people are asking, justifiably so, that this player has not been featuring since Benny took over.
Yes.
And he was a regular during during Engin Firat. But all of a sudden, after the end of the league, and he has been a number 2 to Shikalo at Bandari, he has been picked. People say that class is permanent, and I want to believe that that class will be taken there, but there was a question about it. And of course, Kesa, you know, coming up very well, so we have a good variety there. In the defense, you're talking about, you know, one, again, of the most experienced players there in the left back. We talk about Abu Omar.
I'll come to you. Your mic is having trouble. I'll come to you. Otenga, picking where I see us just left, he was analyzing the defense. And of course, they are very good players. They are men like Alpha and so on and so forth. Key to a good run would be a very mean defense, you know, of course, a very enterprising midfield, and being able to take our chances up front, where I'll be looking to men like Ogam. What do you what do you make of that defense? Do you think we are good enough to go?
Yeah, I think we are good enough to go, and footballers normally say attack wins you games, defense wins you titles. So for us maybe to give it a shot in maybe trying to claim this title, we have to remain steady in defense. But again, when you look at our midfield and when you look at our attack, it is a very a good squad. When you look at the midfield, some of the anchormen, Austin Odhiambo, we have Ben Stanley Omondi, and attack marshaled by Ryan Ogam, the young tag. And with the young tag, we also have Mohamed Bejaber and Masud Juma, who has also come to boost the attack. It is a well-balanced squad, although some of the fans were crying for Brian Mishira of Shabana to be included in the squad, but
it's been called yesterday.
Yeah, I saw he's been handed a call up. I don't know who is now going to be X'd from the squad, but we believe that it is a well-balanced squad, and I believe that we are going to do the job. The first game against DR Congo, it is going to show us the direction that we are going in this tournament. It is going to show whether we are ready to stand up to the occasion, or we are not yet ready there. But I believe we are ready to go until the end.
To stand up and be counted. Wakili, what are our chances going by the squad we have? And of course, we are the what I'll call the meaners in this group. But mcheza kwao utuzwa. What are Stars' chances? Can we ride our luck or build on our home ground support to reach the knockout stages?
I'm not so sure, at the risk of sounding so pessimistic. The stakes are high to our opponents because they're big boys. Looking at some of the teams that we have been grouped alongside, they have bagged the CHAN championship at least twice. DR Congo and Morocco, they're the record winners.
Actually, 2 winners apiece.
Yes. And Kenya, we didn't participate in the qualification process. We are there by dint of being hosts, and I expect serious competition. I know the squad appears to be a bit balanced. We made some, we really shouted for inclusion of some players. Last 24 hours, I saw the inclusion of Brian Mishira. But I would like to say that there have been, it appears that there was some panic collapse. Because even if you include Mishira right now, and you've been training, you've been having a philosophy that you've been trying to inculcate in the squad that you have in the camp, I'm not really sure if you will catch up or he will fit in to the system. But players, I mean, it's their professional job, so sometimes you have to fit in immediately because you really do not have to wait for a long time to familiarize and acclimatize with your peers at the camp. Be that as it may, I think there are other external factors which you've asked if we can use the home ground advantage. We played Gabon, star-studded Gabon. Did home crowd advantage help us?
Gabon are good.
Yeah?
They're quite good.
So are Morocco and DR Congo.
Yes.
What I would like to ask Kenyans is they should turn up in large numbers, irrespective of the results, because we are looking at the bigger picture. We have CHAN, we have been in doldrums, we have not been hosting matches around, and therefore we should seize the moment. Come in large numbers, cheer our boys. It's not only about winning. Sometimes there could be even scouts. Some of our individual players could bag better deals. Let us do that. Let us demonstrate to the entire world that we are a peaceful nation. I know there's the issue of Gen Zs, which has captured the global attention, but perhaps during the football. And of course, you know, sports is one of the factors that is unifying. If you check the history of formation of sports, in my reading, sometimes it's used as a tool of embracing peace, even in refugee camps, in war-torn areas. Whenever people engage in sports, maybe football.
Till you talk of war-torn, it reminds me of the situation we had in Ivory Coast,
yes,
where the Drogbas and the Yaya Toures and the Zokoras had to call upon the insurgents, drop your weapons and let's fight for our country.
Yes, so it's during such a time that we have now to be very good ambassadors of the country. I'm not trying to gag people who have any issues of governance. They can still continue that, but during this tournament, let us rally behind our boys.
Your final word on this is on Sunday, it's all systems going, of course, all roads to Kasarani. It's 60,000 seater and we want you to fill it to the rafters, make noise, jazz a study, buy the jersey, get the miniature flag. Let's paint a carnival mood at Kasarani and let's go there and show the world we are the stars. How do we face the DR Congo? They are two-time winners, but in football we say the game has morphed lately. The big names might not really win you matches. It's the tactics and the finer details. How does Benny McCarthy, himself an ex-international, very decorated, face this tie?
I would have loved to, ordinarily, because I follow our national teams closely, ordinarily I would be in a good place to mention a probable first 11. But with Benny, who I'm still trying to understand his idiosyncratic variables as far as how he treats a team is concerned, I may not be able to do that because, for example, what is not confirmed to me is news, for example, regarding a player like Mishira. You know, these changes that are happening very rapidly within the team, and when we was questioned after coming from Tanzania, he said that he's fully in charge, then leave us without a certainty of what to expect.
No, but he said he will not please anyone. He's not here to please anyone.
Absolutely. So basically, I would say that I would have gone with some of those names I was mentioning, the experienced ones, and balancing with the people who have shown quite a good form during the season, but the concluded season. But I think we need to go beyond just the 11 men who will be on the pitch that day against Congo and ask ourselves as Kenyans, this is going to be the biggest match of this tournament, by the way, for Kenyans.
The first game.
The first game. I want to tell Kenyans that because, number one, this is a match that we are supposed to announce our intention, not only as the players, but also as a country regarding CHAN. Number two, the other matches, we do not know how far we can go. So before we say anything, this is the match that we have not considered nothing. We have not stepped on the pitch. So we need to rally behind fully 100%. This one applies to the leaders. You know, this one applies to all the fans and everything. Last week I listened to the local organizing committee chairman, Mr. Nicholas Musonye, and he raised some few issues when he was at the parliament. And I hope those things have been fixed because for sure we don't want any kind of excuse. But I tell Kenyans now, forget about Benny, forget about anything else, just do your part. Football has many facets and one of them is the fans. So do your part and for sure, God giving me life, I'll be there at the Media Tribune. I'll be there.
Absolutely. Isia will be at the Media Tribune, so will be Kevin Otenga, so will be Eric Kinjiru, and so I'll be there, and I want to meet you there. So Jaza study, hata Lindsay, hajui kucheza ball, but anasema atakuwa pale. Lindsay is my director. And of course, we are rallying behind the stars. The campaign is Jaza study. We want that carnival atmosphere. Unaona vile nakuanga Emirates wakati the Gunners wanafunga. We want something more than that. And of course, the tickets are on sale. The price is affordable. 200 bob, we can all afford that. If you want 500 and VIP 1,000, that's very, very much doable. I know Njiru here gulped some guineas and he spent quite an amount to gulp his guineas. So
it's too early.
He can actually afford to pay 5 tickets for the fans. And of course, to get
Well, man.
no selling of the tickets. Actually, there's no hard copy of the ticket you're gonna get. So to get your ticket, go to Chan 2024. And of course, you have your smartphone, www.chan.mookh.com. Just Google how to get Chan ticket. It will take you to that portal. So buy your ticket and let's go rally behind the stars. People like Mohamed Bajab and so on and so forth. And of course, if you keep on watching this show, we could decide to gift you some of those tickets. And that takes us to the question of the day. And we are asking you, do you think the home advantage will help Harambee Stars go all the way in Chan 2024? So we want to hear from you. Text us, tweet us, text us. We are going to sample some of them. And still staying on matters Chan, let's cross over to Dar es Salaam and see how the Taifa Stars are ready for this championship. We'll be having that footage shortly, but Wakili, I'll start with you. Yes. Taifa Stars are co-host. Just like Stars, they've not been, they're not big boys in African football, so to speak. They're just coming from the 4 Nations CECAFA tourney, where Stars pulled out. What are their chances?